What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your warden, Dimitri Shrine, and today I want to talk about the support unit problem. Even though I say that, really the only unit that causes this problem is Vados, because she's easily the best support unit to have ever been released. She is absolutely broken in terms of what she provides to her team. Excuse me. And Vados is so ridiculously good that it creates this issue where you're pretty much required to bring her in every single match, because if you don't, you're just screwing yourself over. However, when you have support types tend not to have the best stats. My Vados, as you can see, is at 9 stars, and that's what she's working with. It's not like awful. I've seen worse stats. And admittedly, Vados is very good in her own right. This one ability right here, she enters the battlefield, she gets 25 ki, 45% damage, 1 level of arts card draw speed, and -5 to strike and blast arts costs. And if it's a cover chain, she destroys 2 enemy cards. And keep in mind, the 45 ki and the arts card draw speed, those are 20 timer counts, meaning it's very common for Vados to enter the battlefield with 90% damage inflicted and level 2 card draw speed. So realistically, her low stats don't even matter all that much, because she will very consistently be getting, that much damage inflicted. And honestly, she can get up to 100% damage inflicted when she enters the battlefield because of this ability right here, her swap out ability, which is restore ki by 25, 35% the damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, 5% the damage inflicted up to 50% cannot be canceled, restores ally tag Godki or tag rival universe health by 10%. There is no limit on that. None whatsoever. So she's constantly building you with cannot be canceled damage, and 5% may not seem like a lot, but when the cap is 50%, it adds up. When it cannot be canceled, that will add up because you want to be swapping Vados out as much as possible. And the cherry on top is her green card shortens ally sub count by 3, allowing you to swap her out even faster than you would normally be able to. And on top of all that, she can disrupt and cripple your opponent by destroying their ki with that same green card and locking strike cards with her cannot be nullified super attack. Like, Vados in her own right is an amazing unit, but what she brings to her team is so ridiculous that you are required to bring her, which can create some problems when you run into people who just want to color counter everybody. Like, they have no select 3 units that they use. They have a full color wheel, and every single member of their team is bringable, I guess. I don't think that's a word, but they can bring all 5 or 6 members of their team, right? At the very least, all 5 different colors on their team. And the thing is, you're almost always going to lead Vados. Now, specifically on Godki, you can lead Purple Vegito. Purple Vegito is very tanky, and he does have his own supportive ability, not there, right here. So, Fusion Warrior Godki or Future gets 20% damage inflicted and 20% ki recovery when he swaps out. So you can lead this Vegito and, get some support rolling there. But especially on Rival Universe, I mean, you could lead Topo if you really wanted to, for the same reasons you could lead Purple Vegito on Godki. But the problem with this, right? Everyone knows who you're going to lead. Most people are just going to end up leading Vados, because Vados' support is still better than both Vegito and Topo's. Like, she is just the superior support type because she's actually a support type. So more often than not, you're going to just end up leading Vados, which creates these situations when everyone knows you're going to lead Vados. everyone just leads everyone leads their purple units. Or if they feel like you might not lead them, they know exactly who you're going to lead if it's not Vados. They know it's going to be Purple Vegito on Godki. They know it's going to be Topo on Rival Universe. It makes you so predictable and easy to counter because you have to bring this unit. They know that you have to bring this unit. And it just not only takes up a slot on your team, knowing that, like, specifically with Vados, green will always be on your team. Regardless of what your opponent's team looks like, your opponent could be running a purple, red team, and Vados will still be there because of how valuable she is to the team. And it's just like, stop. Like, sometimes I don't need a green unit. Sometimes in those very situations where there's very powerful purple units, I don't really want to bring a green unit. Mainly because whenever there's a really powerful purple, there's also a really powerful red. So if I end up bringing green and yellow, I just get screwed. Green and yellow, yeah, yellow covers green, but realistically, green and yellow is not really that powerful of a combination because purple and red is so much stronger. There's so many better purple and red units than there are green and yellow units, especially when we're talking Godki and Rival Universe. So it's just, it ends up screwing you over. You can't always bring someone to cover Vados, because not only will they probably be expecting you to do that, but also sometimes there's another color that you really need to counter. Like on this Godki team, I don't bring Champa too often. And it's not because I don't think Champa's really good. I actually think Champa is very good. But for the most part, I end up bringing pretty much everyone but him. Revival Goku I just end up bringing because it's Revival Goku. But then the other slot will usually go to Zamasu or Vegito, depending on which color I need. I can't afford to always be covering Vados. Champa will only show up if I'm in one of those situations where I'm fighting a purple, red team, right? At that point, it would just end up being Vados, Champa, and Revival Goku. Granted, purple, red is not as popular as, you know, like blue, purple, stuff like that. And blue, purple Vados absolutely loves because she gets to really shine against those. But yeah, like, I guess at the end of the day, my point is support units, while they are very useful, I don't think they should be the centerpiece of a team. Like, Vados is Godki. Like especially Godki. I would say Rival Universe can actually function just fine without Vados. I think Jiren is good enough to actually warrant not using Vados at all. However, Godki especially, Vados is so much the team itself that I genuinely don't think any green unit could ever replace her. Like, even when we get the Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, the LF one, even he probably won't end up replacing Vados on the team. And the stupid part is, he has his own supportive ability. Every single time he uses a Strike or Blast Arts card, he gives 10% damage inflicted to the entire team. If you're, I think, Godki or Vegeta family. So he has his own supportive capabilities, but they're not as good as Vados. So not only does Vados screw you over in actual matches because you're forced into bringing a specific color, but she also kind of screws over any future green Godki unit, new or Zenkai. Because her support is so stupidly overpowered, even an LF Zenkai won't be able to kick her off this team. Vados will still be on this team 3 years from now, because that's just how good her support is. And I don't know. I just don't feel like it's a good thing. I like supports. I do feel like some teams need supports, but I don't, like I said, I don't think support units should be the core of the team, should be the one unit that you are absolutely required to bring. I feel like you should still have options. Truthfully, I don't think the support type should exist. I feel like defense type units should have those supportive abilities, and then some offensive units. Because realistically, you want a defense type on your team, right? Revival Goku is such a good unit because of his revival mechanic. If they had just given some supportive capabilities to this Goku, it'd be so much better. Because with him and Purple Vegito both being very tanky units that can provide some form of support, you're not required to bring either one of them. You can go either way. You can not bring one of them and be perfectly fine, because they're both tanky and they're both giving support. So when you have multiple units on the same team that do similar things, obviously their support abilities don't have to be the same, but you just weigh your options when you go into a match. All right, which ability would be better? Which color would be better, right? But with actual support units, especially Vados, there is no strategy that goes into that. It's just lead Vados and pray that their purple unit doesn't take you out in one hit. But let me know what you guys think of the whole support unit thing that I've talked about for the past however long in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that join button if you can. It really does help the channel out. All the links you get, everyone's, are in the description down below. And I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace.